Just wait a minute.
Oh,
We have started recording, so I will
right, thank you.
edit it.
Yep. So we've started again. We've got $968 still undistributed. So there were two distributions that we got. One was the TBA, we're still short on the leaflet, and one was the museum, where we would like to give a little bit more to that.
So just for a starter for 10, how about another 500 to the museum and 465 to add to the leaflets?
Yep.
Well, how about 465 to the drivers, because they're only getting funding as well.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, the
I'd
drivers.
agree with that. Yeah.
Community centre?
Oh, just for Thames Community Centre.
And Thames Museum.
So how much would you like to 9,465? So we go from 4,000 to 4,465?
Are you talking about the whole lot
no,
or splitting it in half, Rose?
It's just a comment that was made.
Yeah, so we're talking about splitting it in
To
half.
Thames Community Centre, so we have a balance of $968 left. And a suggestion was made that a portion of that was added to number 24, the Thames Community Centre.
It was also suggested that a portion of it be added to the leaflets. That should be
and the museum.
museum.
And which would you like the museum?
Split it three ways.
The museum has a grant of 4,000 and the Thames Community Centre has 4,000.
So splitting it three ways would leave you with 320. Well, it's an odd amount, isn't it?
I'm going for 4.5 for the museum.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
4,500.
So that gives us,
500. Everyone's on that?
So $468 to split.
Give it to the Thames Community Centre.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
Yep. I'll support that.
Yep. Very good, thank you.
done.
Wonderful.
Hey,
Very good. So we have some recommendations for movie resolutions now.
So I can bring that up on screen, or we can treat Rose's figures into.
that would be most helpful.
Okay, so should we put them together, Janet? Yeah, I'll try to see on screen, 2 seconds. I can't see. Yeah.
Yes, we see that.
So,
Okay, so it's more electric.
Well done, Rose.
Yeah.
Okay, number one, you are recommending 2,850 to Bristol. Number two, you are recommending 1,375 to Thames Coast Community Kindergarten. Number three, the Home Basket, $1,730. Number four, Thames Business Association, $6,613.50. $13.50? Yes. Ngāti Maru, $9,086.
Yep.
Number five, Ngāti Maru, $9,086. Number six, Never Surrender, $11,445. Number seven, Team Tourist Network, $1,564. That's option one. 34,664 plus the $5,914 from the Culture and Heritage Grant.
Yep.
Brings us to a total of 40,578.
Just to check, so Ngāti Maru, the 9,086.
Ngāti Maru,
We got a bit out of.
9,086.
Yeah. And then Never Serena,
Never Serena, 11,445.
Team
Heritage
Share.
Heritage Network, 1,564.
We're removing number 8, we've search and rescue.
Yes.
Correct. Number 9. Number 9, 4,410.
Yep.
Number 10, Thames Croquet Club, $1,922.20. Number 11, Thames Bowling Club.
It's gone.
Oh, is that 0?
It's supposed to be 0.
Oh, shoot. Okay. 0, we might have to revisit some of it. Steampunk number 12, 3,816.85. Thames Football Club, 1,010. Friends of Te Whanganui, $1,250. Monetary School for the mural, 0. Te Puta, Wakarama, 12,770. Thames Gym Sports, 1,050. Current Hall, $3,039.70. Thames Museum, 4,000. Tumble Tots, 750. Thames Community Centre, 4,500.
Hang on, can you just hold up the picture?
So Gina's trying to catch up.
Sorry, Jenna, where are you?
Oh, it's on the big screen.
So how much was Team Community again?
One, I'm just.
1,500. 4,500.
Thank you.
What is it?
Thames Museum,
4,000.
500.
500.
4,000, I've got.
No, we added another 500 because we had $965 surplus.
I can hear that's Thames Community Centre.
No, we added,
500 to the museum and 460 whatever dollars to the community centre.
yeah. Would it make sense once we've gone through this, before we clear the resolutions, to go through the rest of the report, giving them time to just add it up, because it has been a lot of arithmetic really fast.
Yeah, so Thames Top Top 750 and Thames Community Centre is 4,500. But I think I've gone over the total now, so I need to pause again, add it up and switch it back on.
Yeah.
The
And
Thames Community Centre was $4,468.
Because it was a leftover.
Yeah.
And
And I
And
wasn't
Ro-
quite sure what happened with the Te Puru Bowling Club, because I thought we split that in half as well,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Through the chair, I think that's where the mistake in your maths has come from, because at some point, the discussion of the Thames Bowling Club ended up with them having 1,350.
That's right.
So I think that's come out in the wash, because it looks like it's been recorded as 0.
Yeah. Okay, can we press pause, Gemma?
So if you just check Thames Bowling Club, see you've got the right amount and then,
I've got 0.
all right, okay.
And Rose, can you just check that both amounts for Ngāti Maru painting are done? The 9,086 plus the 5,914.
Yes, that's in the resolutions.
They're both impaired in the chart, are they?
No, they're not, but we could add another line.
So just to confirm, what are we doing with the bowling club that's up on the screen now?
We're only giving them $1,300.
1,300.
The bowling club.
Change that to 1,350.
Okay, so we've gone over our total now.
I thought it was 0.
No,
I've got 0.
I've got 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that was 0.
thought, yeah. Where did
How
the
is
1,300 come from?
So
Oh, we
the
lost
chair,
it.
I think there was 2 parts of that conversation. And at one point it was settled on 1,350, and then at the second point it was settled on 0. So this is probably where that additional balance.
Right, so are we going to have to do all of that again, or do we live with the Thames Bowling Club not getting anything Thames Te Puru Bowling Club not getting anything this year?
Well, that's what I
I'd just
thought.
like to check, I'd just like a moment to check. So if you can be with
The
me.
school's getting something, the Kinsee's getting something.
Mm.
Really left out Peru at all. Peru, because the school's getting something, Kinsee's getting something. Yeah, so we could probably,
I reckon that if with the sums done to make it balance, we need to skip the vacuum cleaner, or we should do that rather than undo a whole lot of other stuff. And I will, in my retirement, help them do a pub charities for a vacuum cleaner.
Because I think I think we were right against general consensus.
Yeah. And to change it all again would be,
I can't do it, I've got a headache. Would you like some?
So it's saying
Yeah. We agreed on. Can't do any more thinking about my head. I mean, what's
So I've only got 7.
That little amount.
But I would like to pause and go through it if we can.
can you do that whilst we go through members' reports and stuff, or do you have to be here for that? Could somebody else?
You can go ahead and I can just sit here and do it.
Yeah,
Okay, so we're going to put the community grants in abeyance. And, you know, put the recommendations and the resolutions, and we're going to move to members' reports of the agenda. Any members' reports?
I think, I could go on for 7 seconds or I could go on for half an hour. So I think that I finished with pride and wish the successful people from this to carry on. I'm remembering that you never get greenfields, you get what the people have done before you, and you do your best to carry that through. So keep doing that. Make decisions so you don't end up leaving them for other people to make. Do the best you can on the day, and then be proud of that decision. And if you've made a mistake, admit it and change it, so that's my,
Yeah.
and I think the future of community boards is, I think, an integral part of the future of this organisation, and I acknowledge that it in turn is going through huge change in terms of TCDC won't look the same in 3 years. So what is community input? How do you best do that? That seems really important to me. And the new CEO said something which was really important to me the other day. She said it feels like there's a real drive from communities for decision making to come more and more local, and yet nationally and globally it's tending to go the other way. And so I thought she summed that up, because I think I can feel that tension and that need. And Thames rocks, and we should never try and be anything other than what we are, which is Thames and unique. And I'll be saying this on Tuesday, but I'm really tired of this whole east and west thing. It's a load of shit. And we are one, and we have unique gems in all of our areas, and how do we work best together to maximise it? So thanks, team. And you're all, we'll be finishing on Tuesday at council, and at 4:30 at GBD, we're having a community farewell for myself, of which you're all invited.
Thank you. I'll be there.
Thanks, Sally. Cheryl, just getting over stuff.
Yes. Just to let you know that I was at the Waikato Regional Rural Transport Symposium yesterday in Hamilton. just to let you know what's happening with the $200,000 that Waikato Regional Council has. So what they did was, there was probably about 18 million people there, and they asked what our definition of community transport is, because some are doing stuff in terms of quality of life and some are sticking to transport and Waikato hospitals, but there's a whole discussion around, you know. Yeah, quality of life also means getting your clothes and getting your food, and, you know, it was interesting that some of the groups were doing that, particularly the Maori wardens. They just do what whānau needs doing. So they were collecting that information, and also how should the funds be allocated, and what should an application for funding look like. So it's really good that it was a very democratic process, and just watch this space, because they'll be collating all that information, and I think that's going to definitely, you know, the community board's going to have an impact on that. Apart from that, just want to say best wishes to all of you who are standing for election. Best wishes to those of you who aren't. And thanks to the staff. You've been really amazing. So, and it's been a real privilege working with you all. So I hope I get to still see you in some shape or form.
Very nice.
Yes, yeah.
Peter, would you like to present your members' report?
Sorry, sure. Jenna, for some reason, there's no, I'm not getting any video, but I don't know if it's been, your camera's been switched off or what the story is. So the report I've circulated, I just want to highlight 3 things out of it, I think. The first thing, as you'll all know, and you've all got in your diaries and you're all ready for, is the Kauranga Valley Hall Fair on this Saturday, 11 o'clock till 2 o'clock. Just in the same way you encourage anybody from Auckland to come to Thames and spend all their money, the people in the Kauranga Valley would love everybody in Thames to come up to the Valley Fair and spend all their money. There's some awesome things to buy, and yeah, it should be fun. It's probably going to rain, but it's going to go ahead anyway. The second matter is I've had somebody send me quite a long email about footpaths, and I've put the kind of summarised the content in the report there, but I kind of feel it would be useful for us to have a list of kind of what footpaths are about to be tended to or are going to be attended to in what time. This person uses a mobility scooter and has an aged companion, and as I understand, the aged companion has tripped over and badly bruised her arm at one of the places. So just I know we've talked about it. We talk about it because it is an issue, just footpaths. But I'm just wondering whether perhaps for our next meeting we could have a schedule or of, you know, program of work of which ones we're tackling and when, sort of thing. And the third thing is just the Kupu roundabout, which, you know, people complain about, etc., etc. But it occurred to me that we, in a lot of cases, we are seem to be disadvantaged with by NZTA or Waka Kotahi. So, you know, for years we have talked about us and our communities wanting the speed limit between or around Kurunuri Bay reduced to 50k, and Waka Kotahi keep telling us, no, you can't do that. You know, we're not going to do that. And we know that our community is passionate about it, but Waka Kotahi say, well, we don't care about your community. This has been a bit dramatic. We've had the same with the Kupu roundabout. You know, it looks like a mess. And Waka Kotahi say, well, we don't have money to do it, so you guys have just got to live with it being a mess. When we're looking to put the new sculptures down the Hauraki Rail Trail, you know, everybody agrees, iwi, Hauraki Rail Trail, us, you know, the Public Art Trust all agree, and Waikato says, no, we don't like it. And so they say, no, you can't put them there. And, you know, as we've been talking about Mary Street, and, you know, one of the solutions is, well, let's put in another roundabout. And Waikato says, oh, no, you can't have any roundabouts because of State Highway 25. It just feels to me there's lots of, well, those are 4 examples of things that we think, or our community think, would be good, but we end up sort of being beaten over the head by Waikato. And I kind of feel there's an issue there that there's a tail wagging the dog, and I just want to I want to raise that. But that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Thanks, Peter. Martin?
Well, as Sally Christie said, if you could do 30 seconds or half an hour, I'll try to keep it short. I did just actually, just very briefly going back to your presentation, your members' report, Peter. I love the bit that you put in the coastal panel about the single sentence where it says, there is rich wisdom in our older residents. And a number of things have come out in various candidate meetings around the place is around being able to tap into that rich wisdom. Right, that was just off the cuff, believe it or not. Yes, so lots of candidate meetings. Business after 5 was at Burton's, and I think it's fair to say the Rodleys cleaned up there. We won the morning tea shout, and Hillary also won a thing of coffee. And but it was wonderful there because we had Burton's who had won a catering award at the not just local or regional, but the entire country wedding organised. I don't know what they call themselves. The wedding organisation people. They won a catering award, and the people at Make Your Day event won marquee hire company of the year for the entire country. And we also had Jessica Jones there, who does the black beard smoking stuff. And it was just commented on that, isn't it fantastic that here we had a group of 3 young women who are really achieving great things. So that was good. Sorry, I've been thrown off my track now.
DTC time.
Battle of Britain. The Battle of Britain commemoration was pretty cool. They had a plane fly over. It was a de Havilland something or other. The second time it flew over, it had a hole of it. Smoke pouring out of it, but it was intentional. And it just felt really nice with the, I know we can't quite see it in Peter's picture, with the hurricane there, and then we had the lectern where people were giving the speeches directly down below that. And it was just a really nice sort of beautiful frame for the event that took place there. And when they get around to it, when they look at doing the statue there, that to me seems a pretty cool place to do those sorts of commemorations. And I believe the Mayor has invited our new King to come there.
Indeed, she has, yes.
At some point. So, I mean, stranger things have happened. So look forward to that. Yeah, there's a whole lot of other stuff that I'm just going to.
We've got to do in committee and that yet by 1.
No pressure then, quickly. Okay, no, well, in that case, 2 minutes. We've done well before then. Really, I can't add much to what's already been said about the Battle of Britain ceremony and the great picture that Peter managed to take. I missed it somehow. The plane when my picture isn't in the right place, whatever. The other thing that I think has been really significant is the erection and the official opening of the Jayhogan sculpture. In the Campbell Street Reserve. That's been quite lovely, and I've had a lot of people comment that it's been really nice to drive it, and because it's on a plinth that moves, you know, every time you come past it, it's at a slightly different angle, and it's just I'm getting lots of really lovely feedback about that. The other thing that I've been very happy with the Basket Social Justice Organisation has had a couple of online webinars, including one which was about nitrates in the water, which was really well worth going to. The last thing really to reflect on is that over obviously, being election time over the last few months, let's be honest, people have asked me, about my various opinions on things, which has been nice. And I've been reflecting about the roles that each of the candidates has, the role of the community board and the function of council, the role of councillors and the role of the mayor. And when you try to distill it into a single sentence, you can't distill the role of the community board into a single sentence, because we are the eyes and ears on the ground. We're the voice back up to council. So it's been really nice to reflect on the role of community board. And I really hope that the next community board comes in with that awareness that they're actually the eyes and ears and the ground truthing for what happens above. It's a very important role, and I think we've done it well. Thank you for being a great team in particularly the last year. Thanks.
Yeah. Sheree?
Thanks, Robin.
Wow. So I feel like I've been everywhere. I've only got a couple of things to talk about. Maiatai 50th reunion, I was at that. Which was a really nice and special time. I didn't manage to go to the Battle of Britain. That's probably because I think I was in Whangamata. The other thing that's just started up is Business House netball. So apart from running around and being everywhere, I'm out there umpiring netball at the moment. I love the sports. It's been a passion for me. It was the driver that brought me here to the community board in the first place, particularly around that sports park, because that's, it basically means so much if we can have got it so close, which has been really awesome in terms of the shift in the LTP and the fact that Rose also came and we started to get that business case and now that feasibility. So I feel really, really good about it. I wish all those that are retiring a nice retirement, well deserved. I know that you probably won't really stay retired because I've seen lots of people retire that never actually retire. Okay, it's the thought. And I wish all the candidates the luck to be back at the table too. And that'll be the end of me.
Just tabled my members' report. I didn't really generalise it. I did generalise passion. And I'm sure the passion came through. And one day I would hope to be able to visualise that vision and bring it alive somehow, bring a visual representation of it together. Because I believe there is real merit in what put together there. So I'll leave it at that. I'd just like to say more congratulations. Share this with Sally, who's put so much into. I get a bit emotional about this because she's put so much into the community in all fronts. Fronts of looking after our people, in the fronts of the District Health Board, challenges that they presented to her, and her heart. She wears everything on her sleeve, thinks with her heart, which is a good way to think because I believe in the same. So just really extend that to you. So you're a special person. Yeah. That's it. That's the members' report. So.
That's right. Can we return to item 5.1, please?
Yeah.
Move in a second.
Move in a second for that.
I shall happily move that.
I'll second it, Sally.
Have your final vote.
Final second.
Right. Can we move into public disclosure?
Item 5.1
Oh, okay.
continues.
Yep.
We almost got there. The total is $73,650.25. We still have $1,349. Sorry, $1,349.75 to allocate. So looking at the ones that we've underfunded, the Thames Community Centre has been applied for 6,835, and you funded it partially. We on that one. And well, there's another one that's under, Thames Coast Bowling Club. Could also contribute that $30 because that one has been quite a bit of discussion
I
about that
thought
today.
we've done that. Oh, that must be why there's 1,300
Yeah, so let's put the 1,300
back into the back.
To the bowling club?
up, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
And that,
Okay, it's done.
Show some love to the coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the coast, we've done the coast good. Kindy, Te Puru and Bowling Club, all of this
Yeah.
facility.
I would like to move the motion about the Thames Community Board grant for the 22-23 season, the year.
Bruce, can I just confirm here now for Thames Bowling Club, so we have our.
that's 1349. 75 cents. 13.
Oh, surely we've got some retained funds to take that to 1,400.
75.
Pass a hat around.
Well, I'd like to suggest a big clap.
Well, we have to move it first.
Martin has moved it.
Yeah, Martin's
Yes, and
moved.
Sally seconded it.
Sally seconded it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aye.
Just one other thing, we've got some other resolutions there.
Yeah.
So one is the, can you please pick them up, Emma?
So there was a resolution about accepting the ones that we've just gone to the table. Yeah, that's gone. Resolution
Yeah, so
5.
resolution 2, we've just done. Number 3, allocates $5,914 to Ngāti Maru Ki Haureki from the Natural and Heritage Cultural.
Yes.
Move.
Oh, you've moved them already.
And then defines grant funding to option 3.
So you can just,
The remainder that is funded.
Yeah.
So, do you know, and I'm tidy up that table.
Cool.
And then this, and option 5 does not apply anymore because the full amount was.
Yeah.
perfect.
Awesome.
Rose, you're,
Yes.
aye.
Just quickly, if we could move into public.
I'm happy to move that we move into public excluded.
Second.
All in favour?
Aye.
Thank you, Ruth.
Can I just say, and I know it's a bit out of order, but